Hi angels, it is Ramadan day 5, Alhamdulillah, Iftar Mubarak. I hope you did not forget to pray immediately you break your fast. Prayers done at the moment of breaking the fast, that's immediately after you break the fast, you make the prayer, is always accepted. May Allah accept it all from us. Ameen. Still on our series, Good Character. We are still on weeding the grass. We have 9 points for weeding the grass, and today is our 4th point. How do we effectively weed the grass? That is, do away with the negativities in us so that we make way for all the positive and good character we want to build. Before I go into point 4, I forgot to mention a point belonging to episode 3, which is that of yesterday, and I think is good that we do not leave out anything from it, and so I want to start from there. That episode was talking about dealing with empathy, and the point I missed is when you want to be angry at someone's action or inaction, you should always check for that same act or omission in yourself before you draw a conclusion. And the moment I begin to do that, it still made a very big difference for me, because as small as you think it is, if you consciously make the effort to do it, you would see that it truly made the difference. For example, there was a time I was calling somebody and consistently this person doesn't answer calls. Oh my God, you know how it feels. Like, why would you do that to me? But it's not to me. That is just how the person is. I got to interact with the person more, and I understand that is how he is. And amazingly, that is how I am. I'm sorry, that's such a bad character, but I can't deny that sometimes you can call me like 100 times, but I might just not be there to answer it. And that is how it has been for me, though I am trying to improve it, but for the time being I have to accept that that is it for me. So that day, instead of saying, oh, why this, why that, I thought of that thing he's doing if I'm doing it also. So if I'm doing it and I'm truly a good person, then I know that there wouldn't be any evil behind it. It could be that I was sick, maybe my ears don't like the noise, or I lost the phone, or it was on silent or something. So I would genuinely bring up an excuse that would fit that person and not just judge or criticize them for not doing what I am also guilty of. So I think that is a very good one. You should just take note of it. Anytime anyone did something or didn't do something, for example, you send someone an errand and you're expecting them to come back within 5 minutes. If by 10 minutes they ain't back and you want to become angry, just pause a minute and think about yourself. If you are in their shoes with the circumstances that they are, what would you have done, or what have you done about it in the past? There is likely a scenario in your life that you also delayed. You were supposed to be back by 5 minutes and it took you 25 minutes. Think of that time. What was it like for you? Weren't you there thinking, oh my God, I don't want to disappoint this person, I'm supposed to be home by 5 or something, but it ended up in an inevitable delay that took you 25 minutes. When we begin to do that for others, I think we would seriously get rid of the negatives quicker than we even know. So Alhamdulillah for that. Now proper into our today's class. For today's episode, one of the ways we can effectively do away with the negativities in us is to surround ourselves with good people. and be found in positive, good environments. Now, when we say good people, it can mean different things to different people, so also the environment. The only thing I want to point here is just make sure the people you are with are God conscious. They are reliable people that when they talk, 9 out of 10 is true. They ain't liars, they ain't cheats and all that. Make sure they are people of integrity. And when we talk of environment, places where 90% of the activities is halal and not just haram, haram, haram. If you notice, since I began this series, I didn't even quote a Qur'an or a hadith or anything. I want us to use our common sense. Enough of all this Qur'an. If we quote Qur'an for you or bring a story of the past, you think, oh, it's not even applicable. Oh, is that generation? Common sense will make you understand and be able to implement and even understand how effective all these things they are telling you. When you are in a place, either you like it or not, subconsciously you are picking something from them, and you might never know that what you have picked there have been engraved in you, that even when you leave that place 100 years down the line, you'll be doing the same thing that you have picked there unconsciously. Let me give you this cute example. I've been in boarding school all my life. Like all my life, since primary school, I've been in boarding. And one of the things they do in our boarding schools is we eat every food with cutlery. Every food with cutlery. Now, when we say cutlery said, we use the knife and the fork and all that when it's time for you to take the tea with the teaspoon and all that. Not like you can eat rice with tablespoon. No, you cannot eat, you cannot even access the dining hall without your complete cutlery set in my school. So that became really something of school, and we're just very used to it in school. Nobody even talks about it. You wouldn't see anybody even negotiating anything otherwise, because that's the norm in school. We eat with our cutlery. And even if you're taking rice, you don't take rice with tablespoon. You can maybe scoop in something from the dish and put on your plate with the spoon or something, but you use the knife and then you use the fork. This fork thing, as I'm telling you now that I'm recording this video today, Ramadan day 5, it is above 10 years after my secondary school and all, but I still can't use tablespoon to eat rice. And I'm not joking. Imagine how something as simple as this has affected my life and would for the rest of my life, I think. Because now if I go to anybody's house and they just give me a tablespoon to eat rice, it seems off to me. So I'll have to compromise my head to be able to eat it. Imagine other bigger things in my life, and imagine if that environment I was in, all my friends have a very negative influence in me. What do you expect of me today? Do not underestimate the power of your subconscious. You take things, either you like it or not. And some of these things you would not even realize it until later on in life, even when you have left the environment. Like this fork thing, I know when back then in school, I do it in school constantly. So when we come back home, I just do it at home, which the breaks are usually very short, 3 weeks, 1 month break. Highest is even was it like 2 months or something, but it just feels kind of normal because you can't really fully recover from the whole school thing. After spending like 3 months in school, coming to spend 3 weeks can't really erase everything you've learned in 3 months. So I never thought as much of it until I finished the school and I proceeded to the university, my law school and all that. I then understand that this is seriously part of me. Like seriously. Do you know how it feels that day I deliberately took a tablespoon to eat at home? and it feels like I'm cheating. Do you get? You know when you're healthy eating and all of a sudden you just grab the chocolate and ice cream? You feel guilty a bit, especially if that is not a cheat day for you. That is the feeling. Wallahi is so like engraved in me that when you check your life, every one of you listening to this, you would see that there is something like that. It could be an omission. It could be something that you have picked up and now you're just finding yourself operating at it. Do you know that when you live with a person for so long, you can catch yourself laughing like them? When at first, when you meet that person, you were just normal and you were feeling like, oh, this person loves this certain way. Before you know it, you would love the same way. There is this, my uncle. He loves his wife so much and she loves him too very, very much. Unfortunately, they are divorced now, but I pray all of them are in a good place now. You know, this is Qadar. You never know what would happen tomorrow, despite the love. But at the time they were together, Wallahi Azim, this woman began to laugh like my uncle. And my uncle has a specific way of laughing. Every time he comes, you know this is the person there. Like the laughter is so different and he's such a lovely, bubbly person. She just begins to do the same thing. She's such a lovely, bubbly person herself. But the way she laughs is exactly the way he laughs. And don't forget that we've seen when she got married into the house and all, she laughs her own way and she does things her own way. But before you know it, she's already laughing like my uncle. That day, it just struck me. I was like, wow, the power of influence. You know, forget about it being your spouse. Whoever you are with or wherever you are in, most likely you love the person. For friends, can you just be friends with your enemies? No. You love your friends, right? Except if you're a hypocrite. But I love my friends, I know. And the environment I am at, except if I'm forced to go there, but we love the place. Even if you're forced to go there, sometimes you just see yourself just mingle very well and you begin to love it, like school. You know, that time I used to be in boarding school. Oh my God. So you get, wherever you are at and whomsoever you're with, the fact that you would stay long enough with them, and don't underestimate one day. One day is long. Have you ever started something in your life and you'll be like, where did I get this from? It happens. You can meet somebody one day and it have clicked your head now. So don't underestimate the power of influence. Do you know this song, Ya Nabi Salam Alayka? I first heard it at the presidential villa and we just spent a couple of hours there. But up to today, whenever I would hear it again, it just gives me this White House vibes. Honestly, do not underestimate a minute with a person or in a place. May Allah make it easy for us. Make sure you like this video, share it with your loved ones so that it would serve as a sadaqatun jariyah for you, and subscribe to the channel so that you will be part of our little family. And I'll see you tomorrow, inshallah. Love you. Bye.